Are you learning business analytics but confused between the key concepts like KPI, metrics, and also the different data types that are available to you? Well, in this session, we'll be clearing these three key concepts and we will be looking into no softwares or statistics and only a clear understanding to these concepts. Hi, I'm Dr. Kavya, founder of Research Dreams, where we aim to provide research consultation, training, and career guidance. First, we are diving into KPIs. KPI is key performance indicators, which is the heartbeat of any data driven organization. So, simply put, KPI is a quantifiable measure or a metric that is directly linked back to the most important business objective. So, whichever objective of the business is very high relevance, indicating to that and directly linking to that will be the key performance indicator. Let's look at two different concrete examples to understand more about this. In the case of retail sector, it is mostly tracking the monthly revenue growth in order to see if the marketing promotions and the inventory decisions are made right. So here the key performance indicator is monthly revenue growth, and this helps us track back to the marketing department and also to the inventory department. Now let's take a case of customer service sector. So in this service sector, here we will be monitoring the average complaint resolution time in order to ensure that you're meeting your service level agreements and keeping customers happy. So this customer resolving time that has been taken is the key performance indicator in the case of customer service. Now let's look on to the three key attributes that a KPI should be possessed in order to be more effective. Let's go through the three key points. The first one is that it should be linked to business goal. Your KPI should map to a strategic priority, whether that's increasing the market share, boosting customer retention, or even improving the process efficiency. The second one is that it should be quantifiable. Every KPI needs to be backed by hard numbers, which could also include percentages, dollar values, time duration, etc., so that the progress is crystal clear. The next is that it should be limited to number. As I had mentioned before, you should not be overwhelming your team and should focus only in maximum 3 to 5 metrics that matter the most, so that everyone can internalize and also act on them. Now let's take a more interesting example. For example, in the field of cricket, what could be the KPI or the key performance indicators? You can give it in the comments below and I could give you one example for it. Suppose for the cricket batsman, it is tracking your batting average, which is the total runs scored divided by the number of innings played, to measure the consistency and monitor the strike rate, to gauge scoring pace under pressure. So in simple words, we can say that KPI is your performance scorecard, which will cut through all the noises and show you exactly where you are on the road towards your goal. And most importantly, it will also help you show where you require to pivot to make more improvement. Now let's tackle up a question that trips up most business analysts. What is the difference between metrics and KPI? Well, in simple words, we can say that all KPIs are eligible to be metrics, but only a handful of metrics becomes KPI. From this sentence itself, you must have got a little bit of clarity. Metrics is mostly a broader term and broader measures that we all have with us, and from that a few selected ones of the metrics are chosen which are eligible to be key performance indicators. So we can define metrics as any measure that is being tracked down regularly, like email open rate, daily website visit, bounce rate, or social media engagement. And in the case of KPIs, it is a subset of these metrics that link directly to the strategic objective and tell you you're on track to hit the most important goal. Now let's look at a concrete example in this case. So here, if a marketing team might track 10 different metrics every week like click-through rates, page views, new subscribers, etc. But out of those, only 3 key metrics are being chosen like the qualified lead count, conversion rate and cost per acquisition as their official KPIs because those directly impact the revenue targets. Now that you know what to measure, let's look into the different types of data that you'll encounter as a business analyst. It is crucial to understand which type of data you will be handling because each type of data will require different types of techniques and tools. So it is crucial to recognize which bucket your data falls into before you start analyzing. So the first one is structured versus the unstructured data. The structured data lives neatly in rows and columns. Think of it as sales figures in a spreadsheet, inventory logs in a database, or customer ID and transaction amounts, etc. Here you can run SQL queries, pivot tables or dashboards, visualizations, and even conduct deep analysis on the basis of all the quantifiable measures available. Now, the second type is the unstructured data. Here, this is a free form like the email, text, social media posts, customer service call transcript, or product images, and also video reviews. To extract insights from such unstructured data, you will need techniques like NLP, which is the natural language processing for text mining, or computer vision models for image analysis. The second type is the qualitative versus the quantitative data. The qualitative data is mostly descriptive and subjective, like the customer feedback comments, the Twitter tweets, or even the social media posts made by influencers, etc. that are required. So here, interview transcripts and focus group notes are also other types of data that are available. Here you can use thematic analysis or coding tools like NVivo and take the number of frequencies or the similar words and club it together and create word clouds for further understandings. The next type is the quantitative data analysis. As we had mentioned in the structured data analysis, the same goes over here. It is numeric, revenue figures, survey ratings, and scaling of 1 to 5 or even order and ranking could be taken for further analysis. And relationship and cause and effect relationship or even the inverse and direct relationships can be analyzed using this quantitative data. The next is on cross-sectional versus the time series data. The cross-sectional data captures many subjects at one point of time, such as customer satisfaction survey taken in June across 500 respondents, and you can compare to the group or segments but can't see the trends. The next is the time series data. Here we track a single metric over time like monthly sales figure over the last 2 years, daily website traffic or quarterly profits margin. Time series analysis are like ARIMA or exponential smoothing methods also helps you to forecast future values based on the past patterns. Now, why does this matter? Choosing the right chart, right method or software hinges on the data type. So, understanding the type of data that you have in your hand and using this, what all types of analysis you can perform, only through that you will be coming to a conclusive evidences. By correctly classifying your data upfront, you ensure that every visualization, statistical test or machine learning model you apply is both appropriate and also powerful. So here's the flow. You'll collect and organize the data, measure it using metrics and track the process using KPIs to ensure the essence of how business analytics supports smart decisions. I hope this breakdowns most of the core components clearer for you. If you feel like you require an additional helping hand for your thesis or your research period, feel free to mail me in this mail ID. Also visit my website to know more about the other services provided by us.